Hi, it's Frank Adams, and I'm doing a vlog this week for the movie Hidden Away or A Escondidas. I have a bit of a cold this week, so my voice is going to be a bit kind of scratchy, but I hope that's alright. So for me, what I thought the main point of the film was it was trying to show the like a kind of the perspective of a teenager and going through all the kind of stages of not knowing and feeling like you're trying to get to know yourself and the director Mikel Rueda I read up further on the film, and he purposely tried to make the film seem like it could be from any neighborhood in Spain, or just generally from any neighborhood in any bigger city, to try to make it more relatable to teens. And interestingly, the actors he got for Ibra and Rafa were actually not, at least out as queer people. However, in their process of kind of portraying queer people, they found similarities in their lives as teenagers, and especially Ibra, who had also Ibra's actor, who has experienced a lot of racism for his ethnicity in the past as well. So the main point of the film was showing how like just being a teenager is difficult, but also a great time to figure out who you are, and also just showing off the intersectionality of different identities of being Spanish or being or your skin color, and then how then your sexuality, and how that all plays into each other. Oh jeez. So in what ways is this a queer film? This is a queer film in terms of Ibra and Rafa's relationship being queer, but also how they get to know each other is very queer, through drug dealings and or they're kind of Rafa keeps coming to Ibra even when his friends find them hooking up, or there was that aspect of the film too where Rafa's friends were very racist and homosexual, and for them to kind of catch them like that is a theme from other movies that we've watched, like Rafiki, where they get caught by the woman or whoever who I didn't think was their friend, but I didn't think would turn them in, and anyway, so the costumes in the film. So there wasn't a ton of queer fashion in this film. However, Rafa did have two black earrings in, which it doesn't necessarily have to be queer, but it's some form of him trying to represent himself. And yeah, other than that, I can't think of any other representations of queer fashion in the film. What did I like about the film? So my favorite part of the film actually was the end scene with the train. We haven't. There have definitely been action parts of the movies we've watched, but the last part when they were helping Ibra's friend get onto the train that was going to France, and then Ibra doesn't get on the train, and your anxiety is going crazy because you're like, what is he doing? And then he gets to say goodbye to Rafa, and then he is able to hide on the underside of the train. Seeing a queer action film, that was pretty fun. Um, what did I learn about myself by watching the film? It reminded me of my time spent in elementary school, and standing up for some of my friends, because I went to a school where there were a lot of people who had learning disabilities, and when we go on a field trip or if I'd be outside with them, other kids would kind of stare, point, or laugh at them, and I was standing up for them from an early age. And although Rafa doesn't do it at first, he's standing up for Ibra by being his friend, and really seeking him out and seeking out to help him and showing that he's really there for him. And that was very heartwarming, and like, although the ending wasn't exactly what I wanted to see in this film, like they went through so much and they successfully did so much together that you can't help but feel good about it. Um, and then my experience with like I actually knew some kids in my high school who they tried to basically like deport them back to their country, not their country, but the country they were born in Latin America, and then they were raised in the U.S. after their parents brought them over the border without like getting documented. And so then they dealt with a lot of stress in high school of not wanting to be noticed, and kind of wanting to be perceived as white, even to some extent. And I don't think necessarily that Ibra is wanting to be white or like kind of a pure white passing, but he definitely tries to go a bit under the radar. He's a quieter guy. He rolls on his own, and I have memories of like he was my friend Daniel, and we would be friends at school, but I could never hang out with him outside of school because he didn't want to be seen with other people or draw any attention to himself because he was afraid for his parents getting deported or even himself. Anyway, this is a really fun movie. Thank you.